Hey there, it's Lisa Adams again, your career coach. And for this segment, I just wanted to give you some examples of how to actually explain a tricky work history. Okay, it's going to be unique for each one of you, but some core things that I want you to remember when you're talking through your work history. And specifically, you should be doing this early on in your interview preparation and be talking through this, even write this whole story out for me, and I can take a look at it as far as how is it for you, as far as tone and how's it coming across. And then when you've got it with a good solid response, I want you to verbally say it out loud several times so that it feels very comfortable to you and not awkward. Okay. Now, when you're explaining facts about your work history, whether it was a recent layoff or a very long work history of jumping jobs or a big gap, whatever the situation is, you want to come at it with first very factual, non-emotional, and to the point. Okay, that will save you. What I find my clients getting it stuck in or getting themselves into problems is when they fumble through and they don't practice this enough, they don't keep it concise enough, and they get emotional. And then it ruins the interview. Okay, so couple examples. Somebody says, well, why were you laid off? Okay, or why did you do this? What you want to say is, this is what happened. I have changed jobs several times over the past year, or I was recently laid off. And what I didn't realize I was doing, or what I didn't realize happened at the company, so take some claim, take some responsibility for your actions. What is it that you may have missed that was happening in that layoff or reorg that caught you off guard? What was happening in your work history that you just weren't realizing is this. I was not I was not recognizing or paying attention to the cultural fit of a company, or I didn't see how the organization was reorging and didn't think it was going to affect me. Okay, so take your responsibility. Then let them know what you learned from that. So what I have learned since is I needed to pay attention to what was going on at the company, or I found out that I wasn't really the only one. There were several of us. They closed the whole division down. There was nothing else we could do. It was frustrating, but I've learned a new way to be able to job search. It's really given me new hope, new ambition, and I'm excited to start moving forward in my career again. So that's if it's a layoff. If it's a difficult work history, lots of jumping around or a big gap, here's what I did while I was out of work, and this is what I'm looking to do now. And I'm really excited to get really back into a corporate situation. That's why your company resonates with me, okay? Or another situation is if you're jumping around and, or you have been jumping around, realize that, geez, this is what happened. This is what I realized I did. And this is what I learned from it. I learned that I wasn't paying attention to the company cultures. And I really took some time to reflect and become more self-aware, because companies love when job seekers are self-aware. Okay, it's very mature. It's a good thing. And what I learned is I became more self-aware that I had these red flags that kept popping up in my interviews with these companies, and I just chose to ignore it, or whatever the reason is, right? And so you tell them what you learned, and then you say you're excited to move forward. All right. And so keeping it factual, non-emotional, to the point, but then ending with a positive note, with a smile on your face, with, hey, I want to move forward. Yes, it was a rough time for me, but I'm learning and I'm moving forward and I'm excited about the future. Okay, that's how you want to handle a rough job history and be able to answer that appropriately in your interviews. Okay, hope this helps. We'll talk to you later.